Good morning. It's April 8th today, Monday, here in Cypress, Texas. And got a pretty cloudy sky out. Um, we're going to have an eclipse today, um, partial eclipse here in Houston. Um, my mom and my stepbrother and his whole family there in Austin to see it. The This is an interesting day. There's anticipation that something's going to happen. Earthquakes and all kinds of stuff. And the yesterday at service, the bishop was teaching, and it got me thinking about the first verse that I ever memorized in the Bible was so here I am. I'm new to Christ. I'm talking to this guy, part of the charismatic renewal in the Catholic Church in Monterey, and he tells me that to open my mind, the Lord will give me scriptures to read. So the very first scripture that comes to my mind is Luke 16:9. Now I don't know I don't know the scripture. I look it up. Okay, it's Luke 16. Is the parable of the dishonest manager. And Luke 16:9 is where Christ tells the disciples, after telling them this story about this dishonest manager, that they use worldly wealth to gain friends, for when it is gone, you'll be welcome in eternal dwellings. All right, and that was basically, and like right after that, I got a job as a debt management consultant, and that led me to, my career in financial services, whether it was as a mortgage broker or in insurance, investments, and that kind of stuff. That was, a driving force. I mean, that was what, God's telling me to do this. This is my mindset, right? And then I learned that the dishonest manager, accused of being dishonest. He would say he's dishonest. He was accused of being dishonest, and his master made him settle all his accounts, and he's going to fire him. And so he has all his master's debtors come in, and he slashes their debt. Says, bring in, anywhere from like 20% to 50%. He's discounting their bill. And I realized that dishonest manager, the manager accused of being dishonest, is Christ. And it was him opening up salvation to the Gentiles. Well, then last night, I'm like, or yesterday afternoon, after service, after the bishop's teaching, I realized those were sacrifices that the master's debtors, the master was God. And the dishonest manager represents a pastor teaching the prosperity message. Okay, not prosperity. The the sinner's prayer, right? Everybody's gonna get grace message, the grace message, right? And so now he's like, oh man, so that making a deal with them, they may not have got it all, but they're gonna get some. That's bringing in the harvest. All right, that's getting those people. They're that's harvesting the remnant, and that's what that is. That's what that is. And it really hit me what that was, right? Because God doesn't care about our sacrifices. He doesn't care how much money we have. He doesn't care how much money we bring in. Okay? What he wants is for all that to be out of our way to connect with him, to take in the teaching. That's what he's talking about. All right. Enjoy the eclipse.